So I may or may not stay on long. We'll see if we get anybody jumping on and engaging. The plan is to talk about parties. There are a few main parties in the United States, and I currently am not connected to a party. And I keep it that way because I like to learn what the positive things are about all the different parties. Like, my whole point for running for president is to positively unite the entire United States. So if we're going to positively unite the United States, we need to be able to not be stuck on one specific party. Because as we know, our country's fairly divided, and I think we need to work on that. And I think a lot of that comes from listening to people. I think in order to be able to come up with a positive solution that's the best for everybody in the United States of America, we need to actually listen to each other. So that's why I'm here today. My desire is to hear your take. What do you think? What are some positive things about the party that you're part of? We are lining up with the people. So right now it says there's nobody viewing, which is probably why we're not getting any comments. But we need those comments in order to have a discussion. It doesn't do us any good to have a discussion without discussers. Yeah. So for me, I think a lot of things come down to who the people are and how can we listen to each other? How can we learn from each other? I was talking to a person that does promotion for large events. And he was saying that in the recent climate, he's had sponsors pull out of events. And it just was really sad because the event that I was at is called the Festival Mexicano, and it was incredible. It's festival's been going on here in our local area for about 60 years, and it's to highlight the harvest or into the harvest season. And we have a ton of people. I mean, even I used to work in the fields in this area because it's a very agricultural area. And this was set up for a lot of the local people, the local field workers, to come and have a festival at the end of the season. It's been going on, like I say, for a very long time. It was a great time. I was there. Great music. Had a wonderful time. Ate some really amazing tacos, and I plan on going back a couple more times this weekend. But that being said, I think we need to be able to listen to people, and you shouldn't be pulling out of an event just because it might not be politically correct, or you may not politically agree with it. I don't know. But that's why I want to hear from you, and hear your positive things about the parties that you're part of, and here's some things that you think are positive. So Jesse Ledesma, Jose, sorry. Continue to read it right. Jose Ledesma. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm having a great day. I just posted my 100th short, so you can check that out. It's been a fun journey, and I'm really excited about the learning opportunity from being able to do these live videos and also the short videos, and just pursuing this whole concept of what does it take to become a president with no large bankroll? How do we start a grassroots movement with just like a YouTube channel and some other social medias? Trippy, what is my opinion on the economical state of the U.S.? I think we have an economy. My opinion on the economical state in the U.S. is it's a very large question, I guess would be the best way to do it. I think that the U.S. has a lot of potential for a lot of great success, and I think we make a lot of amazing things that are enjoyed by the entire world. So my opinion of the economy is we have a great economy, and we need to control how we spend things at a government level and how we how we help people be able to get the most out of what they make with the products that they create. But Trippy, or Jose, either way, I would love to hear, what are your opinions? What are some positive things that you see in politics? What are some positive things you see in the economy? What are your thoughts? The goal is to have an interaction. So, thank you. You said nice. Trying to see. I can't see your logo. Cool glasses. Thank you. I do like my glasses. I forgot them at work one day, and everybody's like, "Don't you normally wear glasses?" And I'm like, "Of course I do. They make me look smart." Um, so yeah, about Mastermind. Thanks for jumping in and saying something. Dan, Dan Clips says hello. But what are some of your guys' ideas? You have to be, at least have some thoughts and opinions that are positive about a political party or something that we can talk about as far as political parties go. I wish there was a way to live stream an audio conversation, because it'd be really fun to have people actually be able to come in like a radio show or something. So at some point I may figure out how to do that. You know, I felt that way too. Trippy says, I hate politics. I felt that way for a very long time. And that's one of the things that inspired me to go on this journey, to look at things positively and find the positive things out there. Because if we just say we hate politics and then politics and the government runs our entire lives, we're sort of just turning our backs and hoping it goes away. And I've found that it's not going to go away. And if everybody just says, it's all crooked, it's all bad, it's all blah, 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 and they don't step in and say, hey, let's fix it, let's make it positive, we're not going to get anywhere. Everyone is so defensive on everything, in my opinion, and it ruins relationships. That's what I found. I agree. I ran into that. I work, like I say, one of my jobs is working in a hospital. And if you want to hear a lot of different opinions, work in a place where everybody is very smart and has a lot of education and has a lot of opinions. And it does tend to split people. Working in a hospital during a pandemic was very revealing in a lot of ways. And that's one of the things that has me on this journey to look at the positives. Like, what are some positive things out there? It's like, it doesn't matter who you voted for, we have a president. And hopefully, y'all are going to vote for me in 2036, and we're going to have a positive president. But I think it's important for things like, just today, our current president was meeting with the president of Russia, and there's a lot of things that they don't agree with, and there's a lot of people that don't even want to see them talking. But if we don't have a dialogue with people that we don't agree with, we're not able to bring things to a positive conclusion. So when I see them talking, it's like, great, I want to hear what they have to say. Do I trust everything that they say? No. But I want to hear what they have to say. How do you become eligible to run for president? I believe you have to be 37 and a natural born American. And I'm at least 37, and I was born in the United States, so I'm a fully born natural citizen. I think those are requirements. What else is required? I don't know. I'm afraid it might be a lot of money. Do you like Trump? That's a great question. I think Donald Trump is our president. So I listen to what he has to say, and I try very hard to discern what's actually happening. To be completely honest, I haven't liked a president since I've been able to vote for president. I've voted in some of the primaries, and even since the last primary, I've completely dropped my voters registration, like as far as like a party goes. Um, so I won't even be able to vote in primaries, at least for now. I may pick a party at some point, but I I have not been super impressed with the personalities of the people that have been in office for a long time. I think we need somebody that's more a person of the people that really understands what it's like to live in a normal house, to knows what 90% of America goes through on a daily basis and hasn't either been part of a political group, gone to Ivy League schools, isn't just an elitist that has been brought up to be a politician. Because I think that unfortunately a lot of people have been. So do I like Trump? I think Trump is our president, and I believe we should pray for our leaders. So I pray for him. Like I say, I listen. I listen to almost every Biden speech I could listen to. I've listened to most of Trump's speeches over the years. I listened to as many of Obama's speeches as I could because I think it's important to hear what they're saying. Um, as far as like the people, I wouldn't leave my kids alone with any of the people that have been president in the last long time. So I think the last, yeah, I didn't vote for any of the presidents for that I've thought were at least halfway decent, and probably most of that's because there wasn't a lot of media to say what they were like behind the scenes. So LPAC, it doesn't really, I guess, your opinion of Trump doesn't pop up. Um, I actually thought that I had both Trump and Biden blocked from words that could even pop up in the chat. So I'll see if I can fix that. Because it's not, I don't want it to be about political figures. I want to know the positives. What are some positive things you see? What are some positive things that you want to see? Because that's what I want to, that's my focus. That's what I want to see. I'm considering in between now and 2036, even maybe running for state seats, and just trying to be a positive influence in our local state government, because I think there's a lot of things, a lot of impacts that could be made there. So we'll see. But for now, does anybody have any positive things that they see in politics? Or is it everybody just so burnt out on politics that they can't even see anything positive? I think some of the positive things out there are the fact that with a government we have the potential to protect freedoms. We have the potential to help with human rights. We have the potential to actually give people resources. But we have to manage it better. We have to do a better job of helping people that need the help and giving people the ability to not need the help. There's a lot of stuff we could do to help people get out of the poverty cycle, get out of the hunger cycle, get out of the cycles that they get stuck in because they don't see a positive future. What state? I'm on the West Coast, so I'll just leave it at that. I'm trying to keep my exact location a little bit vague because it doesn't really matter, and I don't think YouTube's where I'll focus on a local campaign, so I don't want to get too tied up in that. This is more for the national, building a national movement. So feel free, guys, to jump on and subscribe, because the sooner we get a large amount of subscribers, the better we can get going and more, what do you call it? Oregon is West Coast. It's a beautiful state. In fact, I just went to Canada not too long. I was on the west side of Canada too. It's beautiful all the way up there. So, let's see. So the point of this is to try to get to a level where we're getting enough subscribers and enough people going that we can be building a positive campaign movement, that we can get people to be like, oh wait, who's this random guy? Because if I can get to the point where like news is willing to be like, wait a second, how did you build 100,000 followers on a positive campaign when you don't even have a political party? That's what I want to see with this. So that's my goal. So, yeah, Oregon, Washington are beautiful. California is really gorgeous and has a lot of really cool stuff too. The West Coast is really amazing. I've had a chance to go to East Coast. There's so many amazing things across the entire United States that I think we really need to become a positive influence in the world from our country. Let's see. I'm not getting too many new interactions. So far, I haven't seen too many positive opinions on politics and what we can talk about. And it's getting to be late, so I think I'm going to call this live stream for the night. Thank you, Trippy. Thank you, Ellie Pack. Who else? We had Dan Eclipse, Mastermind, and Jose Ledesma. Thank you so much for jumping in and chatting on here. Y'all have a great night, and until next time, keep being positive. Now I just have to figure out how to end it.